welcome to Pluribus Unum's Fireside Chats. Not as good as FDRs, but hey, it's something. Okay, the first thing I wanted to do is actually, it's not necessarily housekeeping, but it is a PSA to an extent. Now, I'm just gonna play this clip from, like, the script video that I made last year, because this is something that I just want to make it clear that, in case anybody doesn't know. Like, if those who don't know, this is in reference to a script that I made in my on my video regarding media piracy and stuff, and I gave some examples as to why, unfortunately, it is seemingly likely that piracy is just quote unquote needed. Things that are going to become way more pressing when we see. Just go back a bit. Arguing, if Disney's not going to release the original versions, why should I feel bad when someone else decides they want to release them instead? Things that are going to become way more pressing when we see things such as media companies make streaming exclusive shows and then deleting them from existence, them refusing to re-release things that have been in the vault for years, and the advent of artificial intelligence being used to take pre-existing media and literally ruin it. Yeah, apparently YouTube has announced that they will literally do that. That they will implement a new feature that automatically upscales videos that are uploaded in low resolution to 1080p or higher with the use of AI. Because every single online thing is just really forcing AI onto everyone, even though there's no reason to. No one wants it. And I made it very abundantly clear the second that I did that. I do not legally consent to any of my videos being upscaled to a higher resolution with the use of AI. If my shitty 480p videos are changed at all, I will cause a hellstorm. Which is true. How much will that be? I don't know. Definitely like a small potatoes in this whole thing. But then there was like a new news article. I don't know if this was released with this news article or if this was a different article. But I remember seeing an article afterwards that said, like, don't worry, we'll give you the option to opt out. And yes, they gave you the option to opt out. So if you are concerned about that and don't want that as well, here's what you do. You go to settings, go to channel, advanced settings, scroll down near the bottom, and then you'll see video quality enhancements. Let YouTube enhance your quality's visual and audio quality to improve your viewer experience. For example, we may boost image clarity, increase the image resolution, or just volume level so that dialogue is easier to hear. Changing the setting won't affect your videos already uploaded. No. It's the same thing with like that fucking I don't know if it's there or not, but that fucking like the YouTube. Now, first of all, forcing me to have that automatically, and while it was there, I already showed you. It also showed, like, you know, allow third-party companies to train AI model with my content. No, I don't consent to that. But the thing is, it's just like, it's the same thing with like that stupid like translation AI thing. It's like, why? Like, don't force it. Give it if you want it to be you. If you want people to actually like it, give it as an option. Don't make it a forced thing. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's get right into the news. First news story coming from Argentina. Argentina held legislative elections on the 26th of October, and nearly half of the Chamber of Deputies and a third of the Senate seats were contested. And as you can see, the elections resulted in a decisive victory for incumbent President Javier Milei's party, with La Libertad Avanza, under a single ballot line with Republican proposal and smaller parties, winning 64 seats. Oh, so this is the thing. It, like, formed a ballot line with those other parties. I see. Let me see. Because, no, I guess those guys just joined the Libertad Avanza coalition. I guess they just officially declared themselves that they were going to be part of the ballot line with them. But basically, it's, I mean, like, the results were kind of, like, a little mixed in there. Like, I mean, clearly the Kirchnerist, Peronist like group isn't doing the best. And, I mean, there's not much else for me to say at the moment. Like, I mean, currently Javier Milei's policies are currently in the high, I guess. Like, they're just getting people are just on a high about it. But, will this last? I don't know. Like, I mean, because I think, like, oh, let me see. I'm just want to check, no, wait, they don't have the... Because I think, like, not necessarily a similar thing, but I'm trying to, like... I'm trying to see, like, just some precedents in regards to this. Like, yeah, see, after the 2015 election, which had Mauricio Macri win, they had a similar, like bump in support. Then 2021. Okay, 2021 might have been the first, like, opposite of that, because Alberto Fernandez did it. Although, granted, I'm not sure if this is, like, I'm not sure if those are, like, changes, or if that's just, like, that's just the one that went out. But, yeah, I mean, I guess it's not much for me to say that. I just wanted to point out, like, the most recent Argentinian president, like, legislative election, and just show you the updates on how things are going, because I guess it's not going to be completely out quite yet, but we are in luck. Juan Grabois is back, boys. Let's see how things play out there. Anyway, speaking of things playing out, Israel is continuing to play out their Gaza genocide. Despite the fact that they are currently in a ceasefire, they have killed 104 Palestinians. And then after they killed those 104 Palestinians, they said, okay, now we get back to the ceasefire. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? What in the actual fuck? There's really not much I can say, because it's just like, again, it is like so almost completely, unequivocally, cartoonishly evil. Just unequivocally, cartoonishly evil what Israel is doing. It has been for basically the entirety of everything since October 7th. And it's just, again, perplexing that we still have people to this day who are going to argue that in actuality, Israel are the good guys in the situation. But anyways, let's just move on to a funny story. This is a funny story, and it's going to possibly lead to a video. Okay, so basically, Elon Musk has officially launched what is called Grokipedia, which is an alternative to woke Wikipedia. Grokipedia is a creation of Musk's AI chatbot Grok. Human volunteers write and edit articles for Wikipedia. Okay, so it's just like that, the differences. Tech billionaire Elon Musk on Monday launched an online encyclopedia named Grokipedia that he said was fueled by artificial intelligence and designed to be closer to his conservative political views than the leading alternative Wikipedia. Musk announced last month that he was working on a Wikipedia rival after a suggestion from David Sachs, a friend and fellow tech advisor who is the Trump administration's AI and crypto czar. Musk has described the project in political terms, attacking Wikipedia as woke and criticizing it for citing news outlets like New York Times and NPR as sources in many articles. Musk said that on Twitter that an AI-generated encyclopedia would be super important for civilization and a necessary step towards understanding the universe. Grokipedia's operations differ from Wikipedia in that at least one must respect no clear human authors. While volunteers write at Wikipedia often anonymously, Grokipedia says that its articles were fact-checked by Grok, the AI chatbot from Musk's startup XAI. Visitors to Grokipedia cannot make edits, though they can suggest edits via a pop-up form recording raw information. At least initially, some Grokipedia entries are like. Then this is a big thing that everybody has pointed out, like with this nonsense. Like, first of all, like, I mean, is there like the first one of the big things that they asked Jimmy Wales, the guy who heads Wikipedia, like, hey dude, what the fuck? Are you concerned? He's just like, no, I'm not concerned at all, because, and this is one of the big reasons why he's not concerned. It's a Wikipedia article. This content is adapted from Wikipedia, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 license. Yeah. It's just copy pasting Wikipedia, and it's so weird. Like, and I want to make I mean, I made a video before about Wikipedia, but I want to make another video. This one's gonna be a bit different than. This was gonna be a little different than the one I made. The video that I made prior about Wikipedia was basically just me like criticizing, like talking about like, is Wikipedia a good source? And it's like, it is. Like, I will. You are all wrong. If you are going to say Wikipedia is not a good source, you're wrong. To get information, it is a pretty good source. It is a very good source. A lot of the criticisms that are made, and I'm just gonna name drop him again, JJ McCullough. Fuck JJ McCullough. JJ McCullough is stupid. He doesn't understand anything. Are all based on old are based on old, like, irrelevant things. But this is one of the big things that I really do not I really just, this is just, like, I mean, the only slight concern thing that is going to happen is that it's just going to lead to more conservatives going in a bubble, because that's what conservatives, like, I mean, but I don't know how big that's going to be, because conservatives already live in a bubble. They already live in a bubble. They live in the world where Wikipedia exists, but they choose to not go to it. They choose to not listen to it. And then this is the, and this is the thing. It's just big one, like not big, but like you see how it's just obviously going to like change things up. Like there are some content differences between Grokipedia and Wikipedia. Grokipedia's entry for Donald Trump, for example, includes no mention of Trump accepting a luxury megajet from Qatar or his promotion for the Trump-themed cryptocurrency. Or while Wikipedia's entry of Trump includes a section dedicated to conflicts of interest, both of the jet. And it's just a way for them to do that. This is the same thing that happened. Like what they had Conservapedia, where it's like the conservative Wikipedia page where like a bunch of like fucking like bumfuck like quote unquote conservatives, really like Nazis and fascists, basically they just say every single like thing. Like they have like the page for the Democratic Party and it says like the Democratic Party's page. It's like the Democratic Party, their ideology, socialism, communism, fascism. It's like these don't make no sense. And one of the big things I just seen over and over again is because I want to debunk this one fucking thing. There's like Wikipedia is woke, because that's one thing I've heard. I've heard this a million times. Wikipedia has a left-wing bias. It's like no, it doesn't. It does not. Listen. Political views. Jimmy Wales, co-founder of Wikipedia. Wales has referred to himself as an objectivist, referring to the philosophy of writer Ayn Rand and the emphasis of reason, individualism, and capitalism. When asked by Brian Land about Rand's influence on him, Wales labeled him to a libertarian, qualifying remarks referring to the Libertarian Party's lunatics. Like, he referred to himself as a libertarian. In an interview served in the cover feature of the issue of Reason, in that profile, he described his political views as center-right. Then in the 2011 interview, Independent, he expressed sympathy with the Occupy Wall Street and Occupy London protesters, saying, "You don't have to be a socialist to say that it's not right to take money from everyone and give it to a few rich people. That's not free enterprise." Dan Hodges described Wales as a labor sympathizer. He offered help. Like this is the big thing. Like he says on core that he's a centrist and a gradualist. Like I think one of the things called him a classical liberal here. He donated. He was a committee chair for Larry Lessig's 2016 presidential campaign, and Larry Lessig is just kind of like, I mean, Larry Lessig is like basically just a lib, at best, like a lib, but like his endorsements are literally just like kind of all over the place, to be honest. Most of them. And this is the big thing you guys gotta understand. I don't understand. Like, this is the big thing you all really need to fucking. Look, Chris Nostovic, does it have his party here? Cascade Party. This is the guy that was endorsing him. Like, this is the guy that was endorsing Larry Lessig. But that's my point. Like, this is just nonsense. Like, the claim that Jimmy Wales is. Like it's literally just they don't like what Wikipedia has, and it's one of the big things that I just unequivocally say this. I had a meme about it. I don't want to waste too much time finding it. If I find it, I might put it like on the screen now. But it's like a meme. And it's basically like, because I've heard this before. I've also heard like people on the left claim that Wikipedia is a right wing bias. It's like, well, clearly both of these things can't be true. And I just gotta say, I will say I defend Wikipedia. I've donated to Wikipedia. I have, because honestly, 100% legitimately, I think Wikipedia is a good website. Wikipedia is the last website that is not paid for. It's not like commercialized. This is the last website of that represents truly what the internet is. This is truly what it is. It is a group, it is a website where all its intention is to spread information. Like, that's one of the big things. Like, oh, Wikipedia's biased. Their bias is information. If you disagree with what they say, that's on fucking you. And again, like I've heard a million people say, like, they'll be like, oh, you go to a Wikipedia article, and the Wikipedia article will make you hate Hugo Chavez. It'll make you sympathize with the West. It's like, not really. No, I've read a ton of Wikipedia articles, and I don't really. I mean, like, I sympathize a lot more with like the Latin American pink tide movements. I mean, I've read the Wikipedia pages, and again, like, I'm just, like, guys, you're just saying to me you don't like the information that is on here. That's all you're saying. And again, I'm not, and this isn't me saying like, oh, there isn't like sometimes a Wikipedia article that has a mistake on here and there. Yes, that's the point. That's the whole point of the community of it. You go in here, you edit it, and then you change things up if it doesn't work. And since Wikipedia is such a massive website now, it's just perfect. It's just good for that. And that's the thing. And another thing that I just don't get is Wikipedia's been on almost every good side in every single it's been on almost every good side in every single battle in the modern day of the internet. Honestly, quite literally, I honestly do. And I don't get it. Wikipedia is an encyclopedia. Yes, it is. It's written with a neutral point of view. Wikipedia is free to edit, and anyone can use, edit, and distribute. Wikipedia's editors should treat each other with its civility strict. And it has no firm rules, aside from, obviously these. But again, I just don't understand. I don't understand how people could literally hate Wikipedia. Wait, isn't this... That's the guy... Is this guy the, this fucking loser. Fuck this guy. Yeah, this guy's fucking cringe. This guy's the guy who's basically all the people taking this guy's because this guy's a co-founder of Wikipedia and he's openly right wing and he's oh, Wikipedia is so left wing. It's no, it's not. Again, it's not. This is the thing I've said before. I've said this before where it's if two different people are looking at the same thing and coming at two completely different conclusions, then it's not that thing that is the problem. People tankies go to Wikipedia and say, "Oh, Wikipedia's got this big, hard right, it's so far right. It's so Western backed and blah blah blah." And then meanwhile, conservatives go "Oh, it's basically Marxism," and it's yeah, sure, buddy, sure. But yeah, I defend Wikipedia. Wikipedia is fucking amazing. I love Wikipedia. Fuck anybody who disagrees. Anyways, next story. The Trump administration moves to overrule state laws protecting credit reports for medical debt. The Trump administration is moving to overrule any state laws that may protect consumers' credit reports for medical debt and other debt issues. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has drafted what is known as the interpretive rule of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, interpreting the law in a way that says that FCRA should preempt any state laws or regulations when it comes to how debt should be reported to credit bureaus like Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. This repeals previous binary rules and regulations that allow states to implement their own credit reporting bans. More than a dozen states like New York and Delaware prohibit reporting medical debt on consumers' credit report. Medical debt is often the most distributed part of a consumer's credit report because insurance payments can take time, and oftentimes patients do not have the means to fully pay a medical bill if insurance is not covering a procedure that has already taken place. Yeah. Again, life is just gonna get worse. Basically the whole point is just he just wants to fuck people over. He's getting rammed from the front and back by the insurance companies. No shit. Anyways, I guess I'll just say this one for here because isn't more relevant to that and why things are bad. Biden Justice Department slow-walked key decision on Trump legal probes. Acting on a mix of principle and caution, Justice Department officials under former President Joe Biden made a series of decisions significantly delayed and ultimately may have hampered the federal criminal investigations into President Donald Trump, according to a new book. The slow decision-making by top Attorney General Merrick Garland's Justice Department affected two major probes into Trump after he lost the White House in 2020. Whether he illegally possessed and obstructed the retrieval of classified documents in his Mar-a-Lago residence, and whether he conspired to illegally overturn the 2020 election. Far from rushing the Trump cases, FBI and Justice Department officials chose to move cautiously and slowly over consider the implications of investigating a former and possibly future president, taking pains to insulate the probes from even appearing of politics. Now, one of the big things that is very obviously stupid is they literally just let him get away with it. Basically, they're just admitting they let Donald Trump get away with it. That's basically what they're admitting. They let Donald Trump get away with it. It's just... Obama's administration literally investigated Hillary Clinton. I don't understand why they didn't even... And this is the thing I just really fucking hate. They literally just, have, it's the same thing the fucking, Who's that stupid? Who's that fucking like? Who's his the I don't know what her job is. The woman who goes on the stage to be like, yeah, everything's fine. Like Caroline Leavitt's position now. Like she like left the Democratic Party and she's like going this big independent bid and she's like, oh well, I knew behind the scenes that Joe Biden was like mentally declining. He wasn't doing a good job and blah 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 blah. It's like, why didn't you all say this yesterday? Like why? Why'd you wait? Why like and the same thing like Donald it's the same thing like Bill Clinton saying like, you know what, like Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and like they say like oh well maybe we should have made healthcare should be a right and not a privilege. I think this AI thing is like pretty crazy. It's like, guys, you were in the position to do something about it and yet you didn't. I don't get it. Anyways, next story. I guess I'll just play the video of the news story just so I don't mispronounce something.
I'm running for Congress in the 9th District. My name is Abughazaleh. I'm running for Congress in the 9th District of Illinois. And the Department of Justice is charging 6 people, including myself, with federal crimes for exercising our First Amendment rights near ICE's Broadview Processing Center. This is a political prosecution and a gross attempt to silence dissent, a right protected under the First Amendment. This case is a major push by the Trump administration to criminalize protest and punish anyone who speaks out against them. That's why I'm going to fight these unjust charges, but I need your help to do it. As I and others have exercised our First Amendment rights, ICE has hit, dragged, thrown, shot with pepper balls, and tear gassed hundreds of protesters, simply because we had the gall to say that masked men coming into our communities, abducting our neighbors, and terrorizing us cannot be our new normal. And because Chicago doesn't back down from bullies in masks who tear gas our neighborhoods, this administration has resorted to weaponizing the federal justice system to scare us into silence. But we're not going to be silent. The Trump administration wants you to be afraid of speaking out against it and its anti-democratic power grabs. And there are plenty of reasons to be afraid right now, but we have to overcome that fear. This case targets our rights to protest, speak freely, and associate with anyone who disagrees with the government. And while we have seen the unhinged and unlawful tactics this administration has used against the American public, it's important to remember they're doing this because they are scared. They are wrong. And they know they are on the wrong side of history. We cannot diminish ourselves in the face of these attacks. That's why we have to unite and stand up for humanity, our rights, and everyone terrorized by Trump's lawless secret police. You'll be hearing regular updates directly from me about this case and how we can use our constitutional rights to resist authoritarianism. And as scary as all of this is, I have spent my career fighting America's backslide into fascism. I'm not going to stop now, and I hope you won't either.
Like, yeah, like Kat Abughazaleh, she is, of course, like they're trying to arrest her for doing the, legally protesting against people. In September 2025, an incident was recorded on video, posted on social media, was thrown into the ground by an ICE agent during a protest at the ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. This was also attended by her primary opponents, Bushra Purname and Daniel Biss. She later told MSNBC she suffered minors. She was indicted by the U.S. Department of Justice over her role in the protest in October 2025. The indictment alleged that she physically hindered and impeded a federal agent. The group said that she was also accused of banging an official ICE vehicle, breaking one of its mirrors and scratching the word pig onto it. She called the indictment a political persecution and attack on the First Amendment rights. I think the replies are gonna look, here's the video, that is the thing.
Up with liberation! Down with deportation! Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with deportation!
Down with deportation!
Up with liberation!
I know what some people are trying to say, like, oh, well, Like, I mean, this is the thing a lot of people are gonna say. It's like, oh, but she did that's a crime. That's a crime. Legality does not equal morality. Like, I mean, even you fucking conservative losers fucking believe that. Like, abortion is legal, and yet you guys say that it is a bad thing. So clearly you understand that legality does not equal morality. So you understand that, right? Like, you understand that, but again, like, they don't care about, like, the fucking, like, they do not understand the concept of, like, having, like, an actual, like, political message. They just care about, like, bashing the enemy. And that's basically all this is. And yeah, by the way, just to recap about the last one, remember, like, Biden and the Mayor Garland, they're like, oh, we have to be a little bit, like, calm. We don't want to, like, have any, like, issues going on. It's like, oh yeah, they're literally, like, this is, like, this is literally, like, the 5th or 6th time that a Democratic, like, politician has been, like, arrested by the Trump administration and is, like, actively, like, being, like, persecuted by them. Like, literally. Remember they did that with, like, fucking, like, I forget their names, like, all those, like, New Jersey like, that New Jersey representative, they tried to get her arrested. They, like, tried to get, like, the mayor of, I forget where he's from, but, that mayor, like, and this is the thing. Guys, you don't, and this is coinciding with the fact that it has been, like, multiple weeks up to this point, almost a month, I think, since, Adelita Grijalva has been elected, and she's yet to be sworn in. And it's like, guys, you do, like, I mean, this is, again, like, it's just blatant. It's just kind of blatant at this point that they're trying to, like, they're doing everything they can to, like, slide into, like, fascism. That's what they're trying to do. And there is one saving grace. Like, if things are fair in the 2026 election, which I still don't necessarily think will be the case, people say that this kind of just gave her a W because she's second place in the race, 10% to Daniel Biss's 17%. And they literally just gave her, like they gave her the bump that she needs to win, because they're literally showing, like, she is, like, literally the most actively big opponents of the Trump administration. Like, I mean, you don't understand. Like, it's the same thing with, like, the fucking, like, I wish I had the fucking video. The video is fucking funny. It's the video of the fucking, like, let me see if it's in my feed. I don't think I retweeted it. Nah, I don't think I retweeted it. And I can't go to my likes to check. Ooh, yeah, that's fucked. But, like, this is another thing I just realized while I was, like, looking through this. It's like, this is a crime. It's like, yeah, what ICE is doing is a crime. ICE is committing crimes all the time. They've illegally detained multiple U.S. citizens. So, yeah, if crime's the problem, then, yeah. I mean, but, yeah. It's the same thing. It's like, I mean, and what I was getting to the point of that, where it was like, it's like the same thing with, like, Graham Plattner and, like, Jay Jones. Like, it's like, oh, there's leaked messages of Graham Plattner. He said that he would actually, like, fight fascists with his hands. It's like, well, at least we know that he's not going to, like collaborate with the Trump administration. It's the same thing with Jay Jones. It's like, hey, I mean, given his messages, do we really think that he's going to walk across the aisle to help the Republicans? I mean, clearly that's not going to happen. So and you guys made the bed and you go lie in it. You guys literally tried to overthrow the fucking government. You don't have a moral leg to stand on. You have no moral leg to stand on. But anyways, last news story, and it's a copyright story, and it's a good copyright story. Okay, so Nintendo's patent relevant to the Palworld case has been rejected by Japan's office for lacking originality. Now let's go into it. Nintendo's ongoing legal campaign against Palworld developer Pocket Pair has hit another roadblock. A key patent in Nintendo's Monster Capture family, one that sits right between two patents currently being asserted by Tokyo District Court, has been rejected by the Japan Patent Office. The decision cites a lack of innovative step, pointing directly to older games like Ark, Monster Hunter 4, and Grokipedia, Kantai Collection, and Pokemon Go itself as examples of prior art. For Xbox players following the saga, especially fans who jumped into the Palworld on Xbox Game Pass, this new twist adds even more weight to Pocket Pair's defense. It reinforces the argument that Palworld isn't necessarily copying Nintendo, but is rather inspired by and builds upon decades of game mechanics. So basically, well, in the latest report by GameTree breaks down the significance of this patent rejection in relation to the Pocket Pair case. If you look at the official JPO patent family chart shown above, you can see how interconnected these filings are. The newly rejected application descends from Nintendo's 2033 filing, which has already been granted and is one of the patents cited in Nintendo's lawsuit against Pocket Pair. Meanwhile, basically, here's the explanation as to why. Okay, so these are all the patents that, these are at least, I don't know if these are all of the patents that Nintendo is putting for this lawsuit, but these are these are some of the patents that they are putting through. And this specific patent has been rejected. Like, they're like, no, this patent sucks. Like, if it was this patent that was rejected, like, and this is why it's significant. If this patent down here got rejected, then whatever. But since this patent got rejected, it brings into question this patent, and this would then open the door to questioning these two patents and this patent. So literally, this literally cracks their whole case. Hold on, let me see if it'll clarify that as well. This means this isn't some irrelevant side filing. It's literally sandwiched between two patents set to litigation. Right. If the JPO finds that one member of the patent family lacks originality, it raises questions among others. As Game Free notes, this sibling parent structure makes the rejection potentially significant. The same reasoning, a lack of inventive step, obviousness based on prior art, etc. And basically, like, and as you can see, like, this patent literally says here, like, 2024 patents. Like, these are patents that they were released, that they made these years. But then it's like, wait, you can't, but then that's when it's like, but we patented this. It's like, wait, but hold on, this game, and these games came before this year. So how can you patent something that already existed in other games prior? And that's why this whole intellectual property thing is stupid. It's like, these are patents that should, like, and this is even more stupid. It's like, they're really going by patents that they, like, and that's another thing. I think I mentioned this before, but it's like, we're going by patents that they were, like, just filing, just making, like, and I think that was a news story I did cover a while ago, where it's like, Nintendo just kept making more patents just so they could, like, do this. And again, to recap, I can't read Japanese, obviously, so I don't know exactly what each of these patents are doing, but again, all this is stemming from the fact that the game, Palworld, by Pocket Pair, has a game where you can literally capture a creature and put it in a ball. That is what Nintendo is fighting hard, desperately, to say, no, we invented that. That is our thing. You get nothing. You don't get it. And I am 100% behind Power in this case. Nintendo, you can go fuck yourselves. You guys suck. Fuck you. Anyways, now let's move on to the main topic of this video. Politicalcompass.io. It's not the political compass, but it is a political compass. A quiz that analyzes your political outlook on a compass of modern ideas from left to right and liberal to illiberal. So as you can see, it's definitely inspired by the political compass of, like, normal, but it is doing it, it's like changing some of the labels a little bit. Okay, so as I mentioned before, like, we got the standard left and right, and as we go, let's go into it. Left-wing politics can be described as a range of political ideologies that support and seek to achieve social equality and egalitarianism, often in opposition to social hierarchies perceived as unjust. It typically involves a concern for those in society whom its adherents perceive as a disadvantage relative to others, as well as a belief that there are unjustified inequalities that need to be reduced or abolished. The division of people into winners and losers through the competition is seen as unfair. Right-wing politics can be described as the range of politics that view certain social orders and hierarchies as inevitable, natural, normal, or desirable. typically supporting this position based on natural law, economics, authority, or tradition. Hierarchies and inequalities may be perceived as natural outcomes of either traditional society differences or competition in market economies. Competition and the resultant inequalities are perceived as indispensable and crucial for progress. And liberal versus illiberal, obviously, is just like the changing of authoritarianism versus libertarianism, but I guess just changing it to be a bit more like just to be a little less like. Because like when you describe someone like, oh, they're an authoritarian, that's a bit much. But like a person who is an authoritarian right-wing person, unless they're like an actual Nazi, will probably not define themselves as an authoritarian right-wing person. But like liberal politics can be described as the range of political ideologies that emphasize the moral worth of the individual. Individual emancipation, whether from a collective or otherwise, is regarded as the ultimate goal. This may be sought through limiting the involvement of the state, or through state involvement to safeguard the interests of the individual. Guaranteeing the freedoms and rights of individuals and private organizations is a central function of a liberal state. And right off the bat, we can see where there's a bit of a problem. You're given two different things. Individual emancipation, whether from a collective or otherwise, is regarded as the ultimate goal. This may be sought through limiting the involvement of the state, or through state involvement of the safeguard. It's like this may be sought through by like making the state smaller or making the state bigger. It's like these are two different things again. And illiberal politics can be described as the range of political ideologies that emphasize the moral worth of a social collective, such as a state, nation, or class. The goals of the individuals and private organizations are seen as subordinate to the collective. Individual interests may be perceived as selfish or lacking direction. Illiberals support regimented systems in both the economy and government. They may either support or oppose hierarchies or inequalities, depending on what is perceived to be the interests of the collective. So I'm going to take a wild guess. Probably going to be in the green quadrant again. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, move the slider to indicate how much you agree or disagree with the statements. Ah, okay. The head of the state should be a king or queen. No. Foreign investment in our country should be welcomed. Okay, this is going to be a little bit interesting because it's like, it literally is just like no, like this might address a problem that some people have with the Politcal Compass test where there's no neutral. Okay, so yeah, it resets. Honestly, I kind of mixed in this regard. I don't really care. As a country, we should put our differences aside and work to solve global issues. Okay, wait, are there only 16 questions? Or is it like different? I don't know. As a country, we should put our differences aside to work to solve global issues. I would say, yeah. We should resist losing what is unique to our ethnic culture. I don't really care about ethnic culture that much, to be honest. I guess kind of, like, again, it's like, broadly, I don't really care. There should be little or no restrictions on forming and operating trade unions. Yeah, little to no restrictions. The cause of human rights is the most admirable cause of all. Yeah. The growth of the state, in terms of the number of bodies, the funding and control they have, is inherently a concern. Yeah, kind of. University degrees that don't lead to fruitful careers should not receive public funding. No. Homeschooling should be prohibited. Yes. The market is best at allocating resources and organizing the economy. No. The government should give foreign aid to third world countries. A little bit, yeah, kind of. Like, we fucked over a lot of them, so maybe we, like, help the ones that we fucked over and help them out a little bit, and then just, afterwards we could be like, okay, we'll leave you alone now. Society works best when decisions are left to the individual. Kind of, yeah. Immigration to my country should be heavily restricted. No. The authority of our state should be derived from the consent of its citizens. Yes. Absolutely. It is best that the world is separated into independent and sovereign jurisdictions. Kind of disagree. I mean, like, this is a little bit of a here and there thing. A majority in the popular vote is the ultimate political mandate. kind of. Like, I mean, like an actual majority of the popular vote, that would be a little bit of a mandate. Shoot, is that it? Oh, wait, hold on. Click to reveal your results so far. Continue to increase the accuracy and unlock ideological matching. Okay, this is okay. You incline to the liberal left. So far I'm here. So it's giving you like the ability to actually look at your ideology. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, sure. Ah, okay. This is actually kind of cool. I support the integration of our... I don't know if that's actually the best, because like it's giving you a little bit of a tease about where you are standing, and it might give you the ability to like, oh, maybe I should start thinking about it. But no, I'm gonna be honest. That is kind of interesting. Was it a bit early to do that? I don't know. Maybe the next versions of the quiz they'll like fix that or whatever. I support integrating our system into governance with a regional union, the European Union. I mean... Oh, shoot. I gotta reset to where I am. So, yeah, kind of. Honestly, I don't really care, to be honest. Public healthcare should be universal and completely funded by the state. Yeah. The state should take measures to increase our balance of trade. Broadly, yeah. The state and central bank should be only use monetary measures in emergencies, if ever. Well, it depends on what you mean by an emergency. I'll put like a slight, tiny lean of disagree. It should be a crime to defile our flag. Absolutely not. It is essential that the power of the government is separated into independent branches. Yes, I think that's a good way. The means of production should belong to the workers who use them. The more countries involved in research programs, the better. Broadly, yeah. Yeah. And that's why I'm also against, like, patents and that kind of stuff. Eugenic policies should be pursued by the government. No. Not all legislators should be elected by the public. No. We should not impose our way of being upon our... even if we see theirs is wrong. Yeah. Imperialism, like, even if we're allegedly doing the good thing, like, what happens when they decide to do the same to us? A fundamental purpose of the government should be to uphold private ownership. No. Those who achieve the most should be celebrated above others. No. No, every human being is equal. Budget should be focused on reducing taxes. I'm going to put a little bit of a lean backwards because reducing taxes on who? It is necessary to allow different socioeconomic classes to have a high functioning society. No, I think we can a little bit of a slight disagree at least. Affirmative action should be put in place to advantage underrepresented and historically discriminated groups in our society. Yes. Non-straight people should be allowed to marry. Yes. Housing is something that should not be bought and sold for a profit. Yes. Rehabilitating criminals is more important than punishing them. Yes. Religion should play a role in the governance of society. No. The proliferation of cars has had a negative effect on the development of society. Yes. Broadly, yes. At the root of all conflict is economic scarcity. Broadly, yes. It is usually best for assets and industries to be publicly owned rather than privately owned. Yes. Overall, political revolutions have been a force for positive change. Well, let me go back to that. Yeah, publicly owned, not state owned. Overall, political revolutions have been a force for positive change. Neutral, because that's literally like a here and there. That really depends. The more political factions that are represented in our decision-making process, the better. Broadly, kinda, yeah. Regional and local authorities should play a greater role than national authorities on the day-to-day lives of citizens. Maybe a little bit, but yeah, you know, broadly a bit. Yeah. Budget deficits aren't necessarily a bad occurrence. Neutral. Access to certain multimedia, e.g. pornography, should be restricted. No. That's, I put it there because, like, I don't want to say it, but, like, there's gotta be some slight restrictions. We all know for what. Just some slight restrictions. Broadly, pornography should not be restricted, but certain types of pornography should probably be restricted. Like, this is just for, like, like, I mean, for the most part, like, this is all, like, nice, normal, like, consenting adult ones. This is, like, we're restricting the really bad stuff. The culture and values of our society were better years ago. No. Businesses, corporations, and unions should all be directed by the state. Broadly, no. There's going to be a little bit of a hot take to an extent. Like, businesses and corporations, I mean, first of all, I don't think corporations should exist, nor necessarily businesses, quote unquote. But, like, that's where it's when they add the union part. It's like, unions being controlled by the state, that's a bit of a problem. Because, like, unions are made to literally be an antithesis to the state. So if the state controls the union, then that's a problem. Consumerism is a threat to the well-being of society. Yes. Loyalties to tribal identities such as ethnicity stand between people and progress. Kind of, but I mean, I'm not gonna really blame people too much for being like, oh, I love being a Mexican, I love being Latino or whatever. Children should be educated about sexuality in school. I mean, yeah. Sex ed is, like, broadly a good thing. The descendants of colonists have nothing to apologize for. Kind of. It depends. It depends. I mean, a lot of the Israelis have a lot to apologize for, but, I mean, in America, there's, like, I mean, it depends on, like, the here and there. Like, it depends broadly, but I'd say there's at least got to be some form of, like, reparations to an extent. My country has an innate historical right to its territory. No, like, no country has the right to do. No country has the quote-unquote rights to their territory. Economic growth in the private sector is in and of itself a good sign. No. It's not inherently a good sign. A universal basic income is a good idea. Yes. All people should have the right to voice any opinion. Broadly, yes. Similar to the other question, this is reserved for just the slight fringe, the slightest fringe too far. But broadly, I think you should have the right to voice your opinion. Oppression by private corporations is more of a concern than pressure by governments. Normally, I would probably, like, normally the lefty answer probably might be a little bit closer to here, but just in this current day and age, I'm going to slide it a little bit down here. Tariffs should be placed on international trade, at least somewhat. There should be little to no tax on inheritance. Like a little, like, I mean, it depends. Certain ethnic groups are superior to others. No. Governments should be accountable to the international community. Yes. Military spending is a waste of money. Yes. No. Again, this is what's absolutely necessary, but otherwise, broadly, yeah. Gun ownership should be prohibited for those without a valid reason. This is going to be the first change in this question that I've had in a bit. Commercialization of the body, such as prostitution and commercial surgery, should be illegal. Oh no, commercial surrogacy, not surgery. I mean, not necessarily. I think we should fix the economic situation so that those things are not necessarily like required. But like ultimately at the end of the day, like people go to prostitution and commercial surrogacy not because it's fun, like especially not commercial surrogacy. They don't do it because it's fun. They do it because they need money and they're desperate. You want that to end? Simply stop, like simply change the economic situation. Then maybe things get better. It's the same thing with like the physician-assisted suicide thing. It's like ultimately, I think that physician-assisted suicide should be allowed, but the problem is we have to be in a system where we do not basically force people to have to make that decision. All people should be equal under the law. Absolutely. The older an institution is, the greater it is. Not necessarily, no. My nation is exceptional and great. No. The term the heads of government serve should be limited in various ways, such as duration. Yes. Lands should belong to their indigenous people. Broadly, yes. There's like a thing, because abortion should be prohibited in most or all cases. No. Smoking should be made illegal for those born after a certain year. I mean, that's question 69. Nice. I mean, I'm only putting slightly because I think this just sounds like it's just like birth. Like, I mean, yeah, after people born after, no. I just gotta put neutral. I can't really answer this question. Citizenship should be granted to all those born in my country. Absolutely. Geopolitical stability is more about balancing power and interest than about finding common ground. Unfortunately, yeah, seems to be the case. All right, is this the result page, or is this like, oh, we're going to give you the last section of the quiz? Ah, okay, here you go. You incline to the liberal left. Okay? I incline to the liberal left. This is where I am on the spectrum. Ideologies. Oh yeah, this is why I like this quiz, because this quiz like gave you all these ideologies. Republicanism. I assume they don't mean like the United States republicanism. Social liberalism. Okay. Left-wing populism. Progressivism, pluralism, democracy, communism, left libertarianism, syndicalism, socialism, internationalism, federalism, liberalism, economic nationalism, distributivism, corporatism, Christian democracy, national Bolshevism, centrism, anti-centrism, right libertarianism, futurism, elitism, classical liberalism, conservatism, aristocracy, neoconservatism, isolationism, illiberalism, neoliberalism, right wing, all the way down here. Breakdown. I don't know what this means. I don't know what these oh, okay. Hold on. Social. The social average represents the average respondents' statements. Oh, these are the average respondents. What? So this is like what the average of people who take this quiz get? Oh, there is more! Well, shoot, let's just keep going. I thought we were done. All right, let's keep going. Our country should promote like-minded political groups abroad, even if the governments of those countries do not welcome that. Broadly, no, we shouldn't really be involved in like other countries' affairs. You know what? I'm just gonna go no. We shouldn't be involved in that kind of stuff. Funding social welfare is usually not worthwhile. Wrong. It is more important to further our interests than to foster peaceful relations with other countries. No. Measures should be taken to restrict individuals and organizations promoting certain politics. A little bit. I mean, again, some cases, yes. Not usually. Broadly, it should be. It's like what conservatives say. It's like what the old like it should be used rarely. Our governmental system should guarantee that political minorities cannot be tyrannized. Yeah, broadly, I guess. From each according to their ability to each according to their needs is a good principle. Yes. Governments should be as concerned about the welfare of their foreigners as they are about their own citizens. Slight tad, but like broadly, yeah. Regulations and state intervention in the economy tend to cause more bad than good. No. It is important that all political movement comes to terms with the established political order. Not necessarily, no. Those more worthy should have the political representation to do so, than those less so. Oh no. Left to their own accord, well-established private media outlets do not serve society's interests. Yeah, broadly, yes. People should have the rights to practice any religion or lack thereof. Yes. Women should be allowed to serve in combat roles in the military. Yes. Drugs should be decriminalized. Yes. Those with inheritable disabilities should be allowed to reproduce. Yes. Military service should be mandatory for all men at a certain age. No. There is now a worrying fusion between information and entertainment. I'm just going to put neutral. If the state perceives that there is a danger, it is reasonable to limit the activities of journalists, academics, and private groups. No, that's authoritarianism. We should judge people by the content of their character more than by their physical characteristics. Yes. Physician-assisted suicide should be legal. Again, we need to. I believe that broadly it should be. Like, I mean, at one point I would have said this, but due to I mean, hearing it explained by Corbyn, like it's like we live in a system where like it's a little bit risky to like just legalize it and be done with it. It is essential that our government operates according to and is bound by a set of laws such as the Constitution. Yes. Most money made in the modern finance industry is done so without adding any value to society. Yes. Competition is inherent to life, I would assume is what they want to say. Kind of, I guess. Identity politics is a primitive form of politics. This is a here and there situation. I'm really more concerned with liberal identity politics. I just believe... I'm just going to put like a little bit of agree, I guess. Even if there are flaws in our society, it is best not to make radical changes. No, far from it. We must have sure to foster economic development outside of our most major urban hubs. Yeah, we should foster economic development in other areas in our country. It should be illegal for businesses to deny service. I'm just going to do neutral. Our politics should be in the interest of our ethnicity. No. Private for-profit money lending should be illegal. Yeah. Alright, here we are. You incline to the liberal left. I don't know if that changed where I am on the spectrum, but yes. Ideologies. Social liberalism. Oh no! Left-wing populism, progressivism, republicanism. Republicanism got way down. Democracy, communism, pluralism, left libertarianism, syndicalism, socialism, federalism, liberalism. Right wing is still on the bottom. So yeah, this is yikes. Yikes! Cringe. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Shoot, guys. I guess I gotta rebrand my whole channel and all my politics. I am no longer a leftist. I guess I'm just one of those fucking dirty liberals. Uh-oh. The tankies are gonna find this video and they're gonna be like, uh-oh, we were right. Shoot. Anyways, I guess that's all I gotta say on that. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell to notify the future video when it comes out. And if you need more content from me, consider supporting me on Patreon.